What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you my top 5 trade destinations for Raptors guard Fred VanVleet. Now, let's get into it. So, Fred VanVleet having a pretty good year so far. 20 years old, has 2 years left on his deal, but really just one. He has a player option that he will most likely turn down this offseason to set himself up for the last big contract of his career. He is pushing 30, pushing out of his prime, so this should line up with the last big contract that he'll see. So this makes sense. It kind of pushes him out of the Raptors timeline, and the team for some reason isn't quite clicking. They aren't as good as they were last year. Um, I think they didn't make enough moves in the offseason. That's just me, but I was calling for them to get a big man or to upgrade a little bit, but it didn't happen. And I think that's what causes them to kind of be in a situation where they are now. They're in line to potentially trade three guys: Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., or OG. I think they'll probably trade both guards, Fred and Gary Trent Jr. I think OG stays. I think the asking price is a little too high, and I think they'd rather keep him, honestly. I think they're kind of 50-50 on OG. They want to keep him, but if someone wants him, you're going to pay premium for him. And I don't think he's quite worth it right now. I really, really don't. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens at the trade deadline. But I have 5 teams for you, all in no order. But let's get into it. My personal favorite first. They're not my number one option, but just my personal favorite. I would love to see him go to, and I think needs him the most. It are the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers, for me, honestly, as an NBA fan, they aren't talked about as much as they should as far as being desperate. You know, both Kawhi and Paul George entering the last years of their deal, just like Fred VanVleet. They're on an option year coming up pretty soon, I think in 2024. And this team's underperformed, honestly. Two superstars hasn't even got to the Western Conference Finals yet. That's a shame. That's a big shame. And I think they're under pressure. I think they need to make this move happen. And I like if a projected trade will look like to me. I'll say Marcus Morris Sr. or Luke Kennard, either one of those two veterans. Then you give up Brandon Boston and 1 or 2 first round picks for probably just one, a 2029 first round pick for Fred VanVleet. That should do the mark there. And that's my personal favorite because I think they have the biggest need. And I like to see the Clippers win. I really do. I think they're overdue. They're definitely overdue as an organization, but as a modern day team, they're overdue too. Next, the New Orleans Pelicans. This team, I think, will make a big move, either Fred or OG. I think Fred's the most likely, honestly, but I can see them ponying up all those first round picks for OG because he is a need also. But I think Fred's the most likely to go to the Pelicans if the move is made. The Pelicans could probably give up Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, and Kira Lewis Jr. They got two young guys in Hayes and Lewis, a nice guard in Graham who can shoot the three, can take over for Trent Jr. if he's traded later on or in a separate trade. Got a young point guard in Kira Lewis and a young big in Jackson Hayes. That makes sense there. It fits both teams. And adding on Fred, pairing up with CJ McCollum, pairing up with Ingram, pairing up with Zion, that's a dangerous group. That's a that's a dangerous top five. I'm not gonna lie to you there. So that's definitely Also, if they get OG, the trade will look very similar. Just add on a couple more first round picks. So that looks scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. So the Pelicans could be the best team in the NBA if they make some of the right moves this trade deadline. So we'll see where they go with that. Next, another sneaky team I like for the like for the Fred VanVleets for Fred VanVleet. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic is 3. Mo Bamba, Cole Anthony, Terrence Ross. Maybe a second round pick should get the move done. That's a lot. A young guard in Cole Anthony, a young center in Mo Bamba. And side note, I did a prediction video for Mo Bamba signing for free agency to the Raptors back in the summertime. So this move makes all the sense in the world to me. And Terrence Ross is a young forward. I'm a young guard slash forward. So, this makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world. I projected Mo Bamba to be signed by the Raptors anyway. So this makes sense. I said from the get go, the Raptors need a true center, a 3-and-D center who can block shots, shoot the three. Chris Boucher hasn't really been that, honestly. That's why in every move you see projected for the Clippers, you're gonna probably see a center or a power forward in, because they need someone to block shots, rebound, shoot the three, and it's an interior presence. So I've been calling it, but Raptors fans in the summertime hated me and hated what I was saying, but it made all sense in the world to me. It really, really did. So that's the Magic. That fits perfectly there for me, honestly. Next, you have the LA Lakers. LA Lakers is a perfect fit. Perfect fit. You have Pat Beverly, maybe throw in Russ with a three-team deal somewhere else, and probably one or two of the first-round draft picks from LA. So that could be possible. I know Utah's in on Russell Westbrook, so maybe Russell, goes to Utah, and Pat Beverly goes to Raptors, and then two of the first round picks, or Lakers get. I don't know. It's getting confusing with the third trying to put up. But Mike Conley goes somewhere, Russ goes somewhere, Pat Bev goes somewhere. It's just all, moving parts. But I do think it's a very good trade, though. Probably Mike Conley, Malik Beasley, the two vets involved, Pat Bev, Russ, and then Fred VanVleet, and a bunch of picks involved. A lot of picks probably going, one going to Utah from the Lakers, and one from the Lakers also going to the Raptors for that Fred VanVleet move. So that's a possible move there. Um, and it's definitely gonna be an interesting trade deadline. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm excited to see where these guys go, if they are indeed going somewhere. So it is what it is, man. And last one, number 5 for Fred VanVleet is Dallas Mavericks. I think I think Tim Hardaway Jr. will be traded regardless, whether it's for Fred VanVleet or someone else. He'll be traded. I think they've been dangling around Tim Hardaway's name all off season, trying to get better, trying to fill the void that Jalen Brunson left. And Fred VanVleet or D'Angelo Russell will be a pretty good move here. I did a prediction video, I think last week or week and a half ago, on Russell going to the Mavericks. So I'm going to stick with that. But I will say, in case I am off, which is definitely possible, I think Fred VanVleet could go to the Mavericks. You can give up Tim Hardaway or Dorian Finney-Smith and probably Josh Green and a pick. That should be fine to get Fred VanVleet there. So those are my team, guys. The Clippers, the Magic, the Mavericks, the Lakers, and the Pelicans. Those are my 5 squads. There are a few more out there. The Suns, sneaky dark horse team. I doubt that happens, though. I think they're more in on a guy like OG or maybe a Devontae Graham type of guy, or Terry Rozier from the Hornets. But we'll see what happens. It might be a crazy deadline. I can't wait. Next Thursday, what is it, 4 p.m., 3 p.m.? Trade deadline's over. Hopefully we see some fireworks happen, guys. So that's it for the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.